2. If it is A, B, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Okay. 1, 1 onto function, as I said in the video, the cardinality should be same. Okay. In order to the function to exist as 1, 1 and onto, the cardinality of A and the cardinality of B should be equal. That's the first condition. Okay. That's the first condition for existence of 1, 1 and onto functions. Okay, 1, 1 and onto functions are termed as bijective functions or 1, 1 correspondence functions. So I'm with bijection functions. Okay, bijective mappings or bijection functions, 1, 1 correspondence functions. So 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3. This is a typical 1, 1 and onto mapping or bijective functions. So the question is it the only 1, 1 and onto functions between these two sets? Abdina, the answer is no. There are many 1, 1 and onto functions between these two sets. Okay, the algebraic group theory plays an important part in it. This particular example plays an important part in the group theory. Okay, but we are not interested in A to B. We are always interested in A to A. As I said earlier, the functions can exist between A and A itself. Okay, A to A we can define a function. So set A 1, 2, 3. My question is, how many 1, 1 and onto functions can be defined between A and A or on A? Okay, A le three elements. A equal to 1, 2, 3. How many elements can we define? How many functions, 1, 1 onto functions or bijective mappings can be defined on this particular set A? Okay, the answer is 6. What are they? Okay, what are they? This is one. Second one, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 1. Another one. Okay. Similarly, we can permit any possible panina, you can get it. But it would easier we can write the functions. Every patina. Mela 1, 2, 3, I use it. The right level 1 to map over the 1, so I will write this. 2 map over 2, I will write this. 3 map over 3. So this particular diagram, in the format I can write it, which is much more easier. 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3. But in the diagram, 1, 2, 3 as it is in the first row. Second, 1 map what is mapped to 1? 2. So we have to write 2 beneath the 1. Next, 3 is mapped to 2. So 3. Next, 1. Okay. Similarly, there will be 6 diagrams and you have to convert everything into this particular format. So the set which consists of these 1, 1 and onto, okay, mappings on A. This one is S3. It is called S3. S3 is a non-abelian group which plays a major part in the group theory concept. Okay, you deserve to know this. You have to know this. We'll be studying this. So you want to parallel. Okay. So 1, 1 and bijective functions A there. We are just putting it in the set. The collection of 1, 1 and onto functions is a set which acts as a group. Okay. So still when the group theory we haven't gone. So let me explain it when we were there. Okay, we are there. Okay. First one. Next section, the integers. Integers section, next section, this particular first unit. The integers, we are going to see or study, learn two things. One is method of induction concept. Another one, theorems, lemmas, and basic number theory. Okay, on basic number theory. Theorems, lemmas on basic number theory concept. Okay, so method of induction, theorems, lemmas on basic number theory concept. These two these integer sections comprises of only these two. Okay, mostly we are going to study about this. First, let me explain what is method of induction. Okay, principle. It is a principle. Okay, what is the principle? We know that sum of the n integers. I will explain it with the example. Okay, it makes simple. You know the formula n into n plus 1 divided by 2. This is the formula. We can even consider it as a property. Okay, this is a property. If you add n integers, you will get n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, they both are equal. This is the property. How can we prove it? Okay, how can we prove it? There are many ways to prove a property or a theorem or a corollary or lemma, whatever it is. But one of the method is method of induction. The principle of method of induction. How it works? First we have to prove property for initial condition, initial value. First one, you have to prove the property, that is the property is true. Enna property kuduthirukam அப்படின்றது true அப்படினு சொல்லணும். எதுக்கு initial value க்கு true னு சொல்லணும். So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. This is what we are going to prove with the help of method of induction. Okay, இதுல initial value என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா confuse. Okay, first வந்து என்னன்னா என்ன அப்படின்றத I will tell you. என்னன்றது nothing but the stopping value. Okay, the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n வந்து stopping value. So suppose n equal to 5. If n is 5, so n equal to 5. So n equal to 5 na எப்படி மாறும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. You have to stop at 5. So that's the stopping value தான் அந்த n. Okay, if n equal to 5, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, we know the value of it, just calculate it. Now meaning தான் சொல்றேன், what is the value of n? Meaning of n அப்படின்றத சொல்றேன். N is any finite number where the series gets stopped, the stopping value அதான் n. Okay, இப்போ initial value என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, what is the initial value அப்படின்னா n equal to 1, because startingல ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிடணும். 1 plus னா அடுத்து you cannot go. That's the initial value. 1 is the initial value. So 1 lay you have to stop it. So n equal to 1, the stopping value. That's the initial value in this particular property. Okay, so n equal to 1 இருக்கும்போது the property true one check பண்ணோம். Okay, n equal to 1, so answer வந்து sum of one integer is 1 தான். Right side I have to prove that it is true. So n equal to 1 you have to substitute it. 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 by 2, which is nothing but 1. Yes, it's true. The first step, prove the property for initial value. Yes, we have proved it. Next, assume the property is true for k equal to n. Some k equal to n ன்னு யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், இல்ல n equal to k ன்னு யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். n equal to k, that's the right way. True for n equal to k and prove the property for n equal to k plus 1. இது நான் ஜெராக்ஸ்ல வந்து பிடிஎஃப்ல வந்து I have given you in 3. okay, இது செகண்ட் வச்சுக்கிட்டு I have given this proof for n equal to k plus 1 வந்து third step அப்படின்னு கொடுத்திருக்கேன். But you can include it in second, or if you want to write it in separate, you can write it. Okay, that's not a problem. So assume the property is true for n equal to k and prove for n equal to k plus 1. இப்போ நம்ம இந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ணோம்? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 n plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by 2. This is what we have to prove. Okay, this is what we need to prove. Now taking the left side, LHS 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 n plus 1. Correct? n இருக்கும், so I am just writing it. Okay, so up to this 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n, the theorem is true because the property is true for n equal to k. Okay, k use பண்ணுங்க. You have to use for k plus 1, k plus 2. Don't use it, k. Okay, the theorem is true for k values. First k values, the theorem is true. So I am just clubbing the first k values. So since the theorem is true or the property is true for the k values, I can substitute the property. என்ன property? I can apply the property over here. Okay, ஏன்னா k plus 1 க்கு தான் அது வந்து true கிடையாது. k plus 1 க்கு கீழ இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் the formula is true or the property is true. So I can apply this k into k plus 1 by 2 plus k plus 1. Correct? Instead of this, I can substitute this. Next, k plus 1 is common. So k plus 1 common வெளிய எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா 1 plus k by 2 ன்னு வரும். You take it, what do you get? K plus 1 into k plus 2 divided by 2. Okay, hence we have proved it. This is the method of induction. First initial value we will prove it, then we will assume it for some n equal to k or k equal to n. Okay, n equal to k is correct another, so k n equal to k, and we will prove that n equal to k plus 1. Okay, this logic the theorem will be proved. We will be proving it for theorem also. Property then for theorem lemma ellathukkume vandu satisfy agum. Okay, so this is the method of induction which you need to know. Okay, this is we will be using this in algebra, linear algebra, real analysis, complex analysis. Okay, any subject we will be proving, especially in number theory, we will be proving this. We will be using this particular method. Okay, next basic number theory concepts. Okay, first on the division you know it, but number தெரிஞ்சா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், number தெரியாம எப்படி அப்படின்றது we will see. Okay, given a number a and b, okay, any number belongs to integers. We are obviously seeing about integers, so a b belongs to z. Okay, the ரெண்டு number, okay, if suppose b வந்து I am just dividing it by a. Okay, b by a, I am dividing b by a. When can you say that a divides b or a does not divide b? If a divides b, that is, if a divides b, you have to use this particular notation. Okay, a divides b, then b can be written as a into some m, multiple of m. Is right. B can be written as a into some m. My question is, if suppose b, a does not divide b, suppose, then how can we write the same equation? The equation எப்படி எழுதலாம்? That's a symbol for a does not divide. Okay, either does not divide, either divides. கீழ இருக்கிறது divisor, மேல இருக்கிறது dividend. Okay, a divides b, a does not divides b, then b can be written as, so b equal to am plus k. Yeah, you're right. One more condition is there. K on summa solla kudadu, k oda condition irukku as a condition. The remainder should be k should not be greater than, k should not be greater than a, not m. Okay, but k lies between 0 less than k less than a, the divisor. Okay, simple logic na. 3 8, if you are dividing it, obviously you will put 2 here, 2 here. Okay, so remainder வந்து இதோட சின்னதா இருக்கணும். Okay, 2 should be less than 3. 2 cannot be, இது நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க, 2 is less than 2 ன்னு சொல்றீங்க, need not be. இங்க வந்துச்சு, இதுதான் வந்து m, this is m, this is a, and this is b, and this is k. Understood? ஏன்னா இப்போ நான் இங்க 1 போட்டேன்னா இங்க என்ன ஆகும், 3, ரிமைண்டர் வந்து 5. This is absurd. Okay, because இன்னொரு தடவை you can divide it. Okay, so that's not இது, so up to exhaust பண்ணோம். So 2, this is the right way. So 0 less than k less than a. இது ரெண்டையும் I can combine it. Okay, இது ரெண்டையும் I can combine it. Since a, I don't know a and b, either it can divide or it cannot divide. Okay, a divides b or it does not divide b. So given a comma b belongs to z, I can always form an equation. I'm just going to combine this. b equal to am plus k, where k is in between 0 less than. Look at that. K can be 0. You know, if it divides, k becomes 0. The k illa baranga, k becomes 0. So if a divides b, this equation, this particular equation, k becomes 0. If it does not divide, k lies between 0 and e. So the rendezvous I'm just combining it, I'm just writing here. Since I don't know the nature of a and b, given any a and b, I can able to write this particular equation, b equal to am plus k. This particular equation or algorithm is called Euclidean algorithm. Okay, Euclidean algorithm, b equal to am plus k, where k lies in between 0 வந்து அங்க வந்து less than or equal to, anga strictly less than a. Okay, here less than or equal to anga strictly less than a equal to a nu potina it's not right. Similarly inge less than a poda less than k use panadinga less than or equal to k can take the value 0 if it divides b. Okay, if a divides b. So this is actually division. This is what happens in division. Okay, next okay, next one, the GCD. You might have heard about this one. GCD of two integers. GCD of 6 and 8. அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து 6 equal to 2 into 3, 8 equal to 2 into or 2 cube or 2 into 2 into 2. What is the common here? So this is the GCD. Correct? We might have studied in the small classes. So GCD of 6, 8 is 2. GCD is nothing but greatest common divisor. Adavadhu 6 ku what are the divisor? What are the divisor for 6? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, what are the divisor for 8? 1, 2 and 4. That's it. And 8. Okay, what are the common things are there? 1 and 2. Which is greatest among them? 2. So that's the meaning for greatest common divisor. This chinnada irukumbodhu okay, 6 and 8 are small values. You can find the divisors and you can find the greatest common divisor GCD between them. Larger thousands, 10,000s la pogumbodhu it will be very difficult. Okay, adukku there is an algorithm in Euclidean algorithm to find the GCD between any two numbers. Okay, even large ones we can find it. Adana maybe I can give it in next video or whatever it is. Okay, I will teach you that. இப்போ நம்ம அந்த GCD நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா between a and b I'm going to define எப்படி பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. Since we are dealing with the letters, alphabets la deal பண்ண போறோம். Okay, either in school level and what you might have studied is your number la irundhu you will be studying it. But here வந்து on the whole, okay, on the whole வந்து full integers க்கு எப்படி இருக்கும் GCD அப்படின்றத we are going to study. So GCD of a and b. Okay, I think Marcus. GCD of a and b. இதோட கண்டிஷன் என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா if C is the GCD of a and b, if it is GCD of a and b, or a and b என்ற வேல்யூக்கு C is the GCD னா the C, the condition la what are the condition rather we are going to see. First condition என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா C divides A and C divides B. That's the first condition. Obviously it should divide both A and B. Second condition enna, if there exists some other D which divide and D divides B. If there is some other value D which divides A and B, then DC should divide C. First condition C வந்து A யும் B யும் டிவைட் பண்ணும். ரெண்டாவது கண்டிஷன் வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு வேல்யூ D வந்து A யும் B யும் டிவைட் பண்ணுச்சு அப்படின்னா அங்க ப்ராப்ளம் வரும். எது வந்து கிரேட்டஸ்ட் காமன், எது டிவைசர். அப்ப என்ன பண்ணா அந்த D வந்து C யும் டிவைட் பண்ணும். That implies that C is greater value than D. இந்த இடத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஏற்கனவே 1 2 ன்னு போட்டால 6 and 8 ல. Okay, 1 divides 6 and 8, 2 also divides 6 and 8, but 1 divides 2. The second condition la ரெண்டாவது வந்து 1 என்ற வேல்யூ வந்து வயலேட்ஸ். ஓகே, D க்கு வந்து 1 போட்டுக்கலாம், A B 6 and 8 யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க, உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் புரியும். Okay, this is the condition for a C to be the GCD of A and B. Okay, so next we will be seeing the theorem based on this. One of the important theorem, or lemma நினைக்கிறேன், theorem lemma தெரியல, I'm not sure about it. Wait, I will see it. Yeah, it's a lemma. Okay, and most important இன்னொரு என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா GCD of A comma B equal to C அப்படின்னா GCD we won't write it, we just use this particular symbol A comma B equal to 0. இது யூஸ் பண்ணாலே it is denoted as GCD. Okay, algebraic number theory பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் if I use this particular bracket and A comma B inside, then it is called as GCD of A comma B. அங்க கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகக்கூடாது, A comma B என்ன அப்படின்றது You should not get confused. That's nothing but GCD of A comma B. Okay. So ella notation I have given it in the PDF. Don't worry. Now vechunga neengalo. So if A and B are integers, that is A comma B belongs to the integer set, both not simultaneously 0. Both not simultaneously 0. Simultaneously 0 means any one can 0. One can be 0. Either A can be 0 or B can be 0. It does not going to affect the result. But at the time, both A should not be 0 and B should not be equal to 0. Then GCD of A comma B exists. Okay, this is what we have to prove. First one. Moreover, in addition to that, and the GCD in the type they have just defined it. The GCD of A comma B will be in some M naught A plus N naught B, or M naught comma N naught belongs to the integer. Okay, we have to prove two things in this particular lemma. First one, given any two integers, I can give you the GCD provided they both are not 0. That's the first part. Second part, that GCD has some pattern or some or set or the notation. It has a notation or it has a format. The GCD of any number can be written as the M naught into the first number plus N naught into second number. இப்படிதான் GCD இருக்கும். இந்த ஃபார்மேட்ல தான் GCD will be there அப்படின்றத we are going to prove it in this particular lemma. Okay, ஒரு பாடம் தனியா we will prove. First வந்து A comma B existன்றத I am going to prove it. Okay, so proof. Okay, let us define a set. Okay, first I am going to define a set M. Any set na M use panna, it doesn't mean you have to use a M. Any A, B, C, whatever you can use. I am just using M because it's given M in the book. Okay, so M equal to MA plus NB such that M comma N belongs to integers. Set notation, I think first class itself I explained it. Okay, M consists of all the integers. Because M and N are integers, A and B are integers. The product of integers and the sum of the integers will be an integer. Okay, so MA plus NB or integer. So M on the it consists of all the integers satisfying this condition. In a condition MA plus NB. For example, the M or number because it will be hard to understand first. So A equal to, if it is 2 and B equal to 4, okay. அப்போ எம்ன்ற செட் எப்படி இருக்கும்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா M equal to M2 plus M into 2 plus N into 4 for all M and N belongs to Z. Okay, இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2M plus 4N இருக்கிறதுனால I can give some values, some integers values for M and this particular M and N. M equal to 1, N equal to 1. I'll get a number. 2 into 1 plus 4, 6. So 6 belongs to this particular M. I can change it. M equal to 1, N equal to 0. Okay, since 0 is also integer, you can always use it. So 2 into 1 plus 0, 2. So 2 belongs to M. Okay, I can give the value for M and N. M equal to 2, N equal to minus 6. And integer minus 6 accept both positive and negative integers. Then you will get it again. 2 into M 4 plus minus 6 into 4 minus 24. அதை calculate பண்ணா you'll get another number. So இப்படி if I change the value of M and N, if I give some values for M and N, I will get a value in the set capital M. Okay, so the capital M is dependent on the value of M and N. As the value of M and N changes, I will get the values in M, capital M. அது generator மாதிரி M it generates the value for the set M. Okay, and M change பண்ணா M க்கு புதுசா setல you will get a value. Okay, so இங்க நான் N equal to B 4 கொடுத்திருக்கேன் to explain things. Please don't use that in the exam. Okay, புரியணும்ன்ற ஒரு understanding இருக்காங்க, I just given it. So M equal to MA plus NB such that M comma N belongs to Z. Okay, now since A and B are non-zero, correct? A and B both are non-zero simultaneously. 0 and the 1 da okay, then we can be very well sure that if suppose B is 0 abdina, I can get M equal to MA. Okay, MA abdinu varum. A ku vandu some values irukum. So M into A, all the multiples of A vandu M kulla irukum. Similarly, if A is 0, you will get NB. So depending upon the value of N, if I change the value of N, I will get the multiple of B. So M consists of some non-zero value. First adu purinjunga. M consists of some non-zero values. Let that value be X. ஏதாவது ஒரு வேல்யூ எடுத்துங்க. I am just taking it to be X. M contains at least one non-zero integer. Let it be X. So X is non-zero. X belongs to M. அந்த வேல்யூ நான் X ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிறேன். Whatever you can take, நீ Y ன்னு எடுத்துக்க, என்ன வேணா எடுத்துக்க. நான் X ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிறேன். X belongs to M. Okay. X belongs to M na X oda pattern enna M oda pattern na MA plus NB. Okay, M has the value which is written, which can be written in this particular pattern or format. So since X is in M, X can be written as X equal to MA plus NB or M1A N1B for some M1 comma N1. I don't know what are the integers, so some M1 N1. Okay, X is mari I can write it as. Since M1 and N1 are integers, what about the negation of it? M1 comma minus N1 is also an integers. M and N are integers now, minus M and minus N are also integers. Therefore, minus M1 into A plus minus N1 into B is also equal to minus X, correct? M1A plus N1B is X. Minus M1A plus minus N1B is nothing but minus X. So minus X enga irukum indha format la eludha mudiyadanaala something into A plus something into B, and the format la if I can write it, then that particular value belongs to M, the set M. So if X belongs to M, minus X also belongs to M. So adha mukkiyamaana oru notation. X ulla irundha adoda negation minus X is also in M. So with this we can conclude that M contains both the positive and negative values. Positive values ulla irukka, negative integers ulla irukka and set kulla M kulla. Okay, since M is unknown, adanal vandu A B edum theriyadanaala indha mari or inference la we have to define it. Okay, M contains both positive and negative values. Namal negative patti we don't bother, so we need only positive values. So M contains some positive values. Okay, let C be the smallest positive value, okay, in M. Let C be the smallest positive integer in M. M contains all the positive, some positive integers. Adula irukadile vandu chinnada irukadhu. What is the least value? Adha C. Take it to be C. சரியா? இப்போ என்ன சொல்றது, இப்போ நம்ம என்ன கிளைம் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ண போறோம், வாட் வி ஹேவ் டு ப்ரூவ் இட், C is nothing but the GCD of A comma B அப்படின்றத I'm going to prove. I'm going to prove that the GCD of A comma B is nothing but the value C, the least positive integer in the set M. Okay, ஒரு நம்பரை GCD prove பண்றதுக்கு I have given you two conditions. Okay, first condition is to divide both A and B. Second condition is if some other value divides A and B, then that value should divide C. Okay, now the first condition I'm going to prove it. C divides A and C divides B. Now prove panna I'm going to prove it. Okay, எப்படி prove பண்றது? C divides A and C divides B. Okay, let X be, let X equal to என்ன நம்ம எடுத்துறோம், belongs to M. So M1A plus N1B. Okay, and consider X, and so consider C. இது ரெண்டையும் consider பண்ணுங்க, X and C. As I already told you, given any two numbers we can divide it. Okay, divide பண்ணலாம், இது பண்ணலாம். So என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா X and C, I can write it as X is equal to some TC plus R. Correct? Euclidean algorithm. Given any two numbers, I can write like this. That X equal to TC plus R. Okay, using Euclidean algorithm, I can write it as between x and c, I can able to write this, where முக்கியமான condition என்னது, r should be in between less than or equal to 0, strictly less than c. That's important. Okay. Okay. What is x actually? M1a plus N1b equal to t into c. C is also in m because c is the least positive integer. Okay, c is also in m. So c ko enna format irukum, and the format irukum. So I am just writing the format as m0 a plus n0 b for some m0 comma n0 edavadhu onnu. Okay, I am just writing m0 n0. So c ko I can substitute m0 a plus n0 b plus r. Right? Next, just multiply t into m0 a. What do you get? T m0 a plus t n0 b plus r. Okay, except r, bring everything to the other side. Okay, so minus all I am just going to multiply. Sorry, minus in the pocket. Okay, so m1a plus n1b minus t m0 a minus t n0 b equal to r. If a terms I am going to club it, and b terms I am going to m1a plus n1b minus t m0 a minus t n0 b equal to r. Okay, club the a term and b terms. So m1 minus t m0 into a plus n1 minus t n0 into b is equal to r. Okay, so what we did is I have written r also in terms of a and b. M1 is an integer, t is an integer, m0 is an integer. So subtraction between two integers will result in the integer. Okay, so r in நம்ம எப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம் அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா some n2a plus n2b equal to r, where m2 is this particular value and n2 is this particular value. m2 and 2 are integers. So that means r also in m. R enga irukku, it is in m. Okay, but the condition of r is r should be less than c or r should be equal to 0. Okay, this is the condition. Either r should be strictly less than c or r equal to 0. So since c is the least integer in m and r is less than c, c தான் இருக்கிறதுலே வந்து least integer. r வந்து இது கீழ இருக்குன்னு அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒன்னு r 0 ஆ இருக்கணும் இல்ல நெகட்டிவா இருக்கணும். r வந்து நெகட்டிவ் கிடையாது. By the Euclidean algorithm r cannot be negative because 0 r is in between 0 and c. So only condition is r equal to 0. Only possibility is r is 0. Thus I can write x equal to t into c. This implies c divides x, correct? Since c divides x is arbitrary. X என்ன எடுத்தோம், ஏதாவது ஒரு value in capital M. So இப்போ இதுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம்னா c divides all the values in capital M. Okay, c divides all the values in the set capital M. So I can write a as a எப்படி எழுதுறேன்னு பாருங்க அந்த ஃபார்மட்ல 1 into a plus 0 into b. 1 0 integers. 1 and 0 are integers. 1 into a plus 0 into b. Therefore a belongs to m. Similarly I can write b as 0 into a plus 1 into b. Therefore b belongs to m. இப்போ c வந்து எல்லா x யும் டிவைட் பண்ணும். In the set whatever the values in m, it divides a and b also in capital M. Therefore c divides a and c divides b. That's our first part of the to prove that c is a GCD. This is the first condition. Okay, we just proved the first condition. Second condition is a bit easier. Second condition, what's the condition? If there exists d such that d divides a and d divides b. இப்படி இருக்கு. நான் என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனும்? d divides c ன்றதை you have to prove it. Okay, d divides a ன்னு அர்த்தம். What implies d divides a? As you said, a is a multiple of d. We can write it as d equal to some l into a, and d divides b nala d equal to some k into b. இது பார்த்துங்க, வேற எதுவும் லேட்டஸ்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணாத இதை ஜஸ்ட் யூஸ் இட். எல் கேலாம் யூஸ் பண்ணாத யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. D equal to LA and D equal to KB. Okay, what we need to prove is D divides C, that is D divides A naught M plus B naught, sorry, A M naught M naught A plus N naught B. ஏன்னா C யோட வேல்யூ தானே M naught A plus N naught B தானே C யோட வேல்யூ. ஓகே, ஸோ இதை ப்ரூவ் பண்ணலாம், இல்லை இதை ப்ரூவ் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, ஸோ D equal to LA plus and D equal to KB. I'm going to prove that D divides M naught A plus M naught B. So M naught A ரிட்டர்ன் மாற்றி எழுதிட்டேன். நான் ஒருத்தர் கூட சொல்ல மாட்டீங்களா? D divides A, therefore A equal to DL and B is equal to DM. Okay, D divides A, na A can be written as D multiple of D. Okay, D into L. So M naught A plus N naught B is equal to, இந்த இடத்துக்கு இந்த வேல்யூ எடுத்துக்கிறேன். Okay, equal to, I can substitute in the place of A as DL, M naught into DL plus N naught into DM. Here D common, so I am just taking D outside. M naught L plus N naught M into D. Okay, so இதை வந்து D divide பண்ணுமா? Yes, it divides D. D divide பண்ணும், இது divide ஆகும். Okay, since because it's a multiple of D, the value is a multiple of D, so it divides D. Therefore D divides M naught A plus N naught B, which implies D divides C. Hence C is the GCD of A and B. Okay, theorem first part முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. A and B exist and we also proved it. C has a pattern A naught of M plus E M. Oh, sorry. M naught A plus N naught. That's it. Okay, this is the proof of the lemma. Okay, புரிஞ்சுச்சா? Next one, I think we already have 5 minutes. Okay, with this I will finish another definitions. ஒரே ஒரு definition முடிச்சிடுறேன். Okay, next relatively prime. Okay, relatively prime between two integers. Two integers are said to be relatively prime. The relatively prime வந்து ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு கான்செப்ட். not in algebra, any branch of mathematics. The relatively prime is important. Relatively prime, two integers are said to be relatively prime if their GCD is 1. If the GCD is 1, they are called relatively prime. Prime சொல்ல மாட்டா, relatively prime. Okay, if two integers are said to be relatively prime if their GCD is 1, அதான் ஞாபகம் வச்சுங்க. ஓகே, இது எப்போ அக்கறை ஆகும்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஒன்று ப்ரைம் நம்பரா வந்துருச்சுனாலே அக்கறை ஆகிடும். 5, if it another one it's not a multiple of that particular prime. 5, 6 ஓட GCD என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1 prime ஆகும். The other integer is not the multiple of the prime வந்துருச்சுனாலே GCD will be 1. 2, 3, 2, 5 இதெல்லாமே வந்து GCD வந்து 1, so they are relatively prime. Okay, now ஒரு சின்ன கரோலரி இருக்கு. என்ன கரோலரின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, if M and N are relatively prime, okay, relatively prime, that is GCD is 1, then we can find integers such that integers LK ன்னு வச்சுங்க, such that LM plus NK is equal to 1. ஓகே, இது என்னன்னா, நம்ம போன தியரம் படிச்சாலும் அதுதான் அதோடைய ஒரு எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன். அதுதான் கரோலரின்னு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. மேக்ஸில் எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் வந்து கரோலரின்னு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. நம்ம என்ன படித்தோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஜிசிடி வந்து என்னவாக இருந்த சி போன லெமாவில் என்ன படித்தோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஒரு நம்பர் பிட்வீன் ஏ அண்ட் பி ஜிசிடி எப்படி இருக்குன்னா சி, அந்த ஃபார்மேட் எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா M0 A ப்ளஸ் N0 B. GCD வந்து இந்த ஃபார்மேட்ல இருக்கும். எந்த நம்பர் கொடுத்தாலும், எந்த ரெண்டு இன்டிஜர்ஸ் if it is given. Now if the GCD is 1, the answer is 1. இது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா M0 A plus N0 B is equal to 1. இதான் அவன் கரோலரியில் சொல்லியிருக்கான். Okay, so with this we stop. Thank you.